As a parent, have you ever felt the pressures of the new school year? I know as a parent that every time the new school year comes around, I feel the pressures of how much money am I going to spend? Will my child go to school and be bullied for not having the right type of clothes or be wearing the trend that's going on these days? 25% of elementary and middle schools today actually wear uniforms in the United States. School uniforms have been proven to relieve the stresses and anxiety on parents for back to school and has also had a positive effect on kids and school faculty. The reason that is because it has been proven to reduce bullying in school, help against the pressures of what is cool to wear and what's not cool to wear, and it also has had an academic achievement for some students. According to Luscombe, school uniforms alleviate bullying and harassment. Uniforms cover the body, so some kids that can actually wear it and hide certain parts that they don't feel comfortable showing. And it's harder to notice who actually has economic problems at home and who doesn't. It helps kids to not be able to identify each other by who's cool and who's not, who can afford what and who can't. It gives also students something in common together, the distaste of the uniforms, right? No child likes to wear uniforms. It also helps to fight against sexual harassment. So uniforms cover a teenager's body. So it doesn't leave a lot for the young teen boys to view. Say goodbye to the midriffs, the low-cut shirts, the too short of shorts, and the mini skirts that they put on whenever they leave the house, of course. It also allows the pressures to wear specific labels. The expensive part of that, it allows that pressure to be taken off of children and the parents. According to Sanchez, a public school in Nevada actually surveyed the behavior problems after dress code was enforced. Discipline referrals were reduced by 9.7%, and inappropriate behavior was reduced by 33%. According to Sanchez, Yoxmer, and Hill, Long Beach Unified School District was one of the first and largest schools in the United States to implement and mandate uniforms. In 1 year, the school reported a huge improvement in behavior and in attendance. Kids were wanting to actually attend school for their education, not to go see who's wearing what and how much the next child was spending so that they could one-up each other. It also allowed the ones that couldn't afford the actual trending clothes to be able to want to go because they didn't feel, left to the side, like they weren't the cool ones. Implementing school uniforms allows students to focus more on their education than what they're actually wearing the next day. It gives them a new topic to discuss. What did you learn in history? What did you learn in math? Maybe a child is struggling in math. I need a tutor, so it allows that to be a common ground as well. School uniforms has been proven to help against skipping school. A lot of the schools actually have one set of uniform for that particular school. So as an adult, if you're out and about and you see a child in that school uniform, you automatically know where they belong, and it can be reported. It's helped avoid the concealing of weapons. So no more baggy clothes where, weapons are easily disguised. You can actually see it through the clothing of the uniforms because the shirts have to be tucked into the pants. Safety on field trips, and this goes for the younger children, middle schoolers, maybe even elementary schools. If a child gets lost, which happens, parents or the faculty that's actually the employees that are actually where you're field tripping at can identify that student and get them to safety as quickly as possible. It also has the benefits of when somebody's there that's not supposed to, such as an intruder, they're very easy to spot. According to Loscombe, kids change out of the uniforms immediately whenever they get home. So that's also a benefit to children that have economic problems at home. They're recycled. And I know that sounds like nobody wants to wear somebody else's clothes, but they also have started work programs at school where children can go and work to be able to pay off for those school uniforms, for the new ones. Instead of the parents having to dish out $100 to $150 for that year in uniforms, it teaches the children, yes, they're free, but you have to work for it. So it teaches them a sense of independence. It teaches them a sense of responsibility and work ethics early on in their age, which is something that's not going on in the school system right now. Uniforms typically cost about $10 for a shirt and $10 for a pair of pants, so about $20 an outfit. Usually you want your kids to have between 5 or 6 outfits in case, one gets dirty. So it allows the parent or the guardian to budget yearly. You're never going to have a uniform that's going to get more expensive as the year goes. Teenagers, they get into these trends where the jeans go from being $15 to $14 to now $60 to $100 pairs of pants. So you don't have to worry about how much is this going to cost me this year. In conclusion, school uniforms have been proven through scientific studies and experiments to be a benefit and to relieve the stress of back-to-school shopping, and has a positive effect on students, school faculty, and the parents as well. And again, like I stated, it does help to reduce the bullying, help with the pressures of the back-to-school shopping, the sexual harassment. It's an academic boost, and it also helps with the financial benefits at home. In the future, if your public school ever does decide to implement the school uniforms, just remember the positive parts of the school uniforms instead of the negativity about it and what it would do for your child and your child's school.